This month in AI-driven marketing, the story was not just that new tools arrived. It was that the rules of growth, discovery, creative production, and performance measurement all started shifting at the same time. In June, marketers saw ChatGPT become a serious ad platform, Meta overtake Google in projected ad revenue, search optimization evolve into answer engine optimization, and consumer trust emerge as one of the biggest constraints on AI-generated creative. In the next few minutes, I will walk through the most important June developments and explain what they mean for teams trying to grow efficiently without losing relevance. What made June so important is that nearly every major layer of marketing moved together. Budgets kept flowing into AI, but proof of impact remained weak. Creative teams got dramatically faster, but audiences became more skeptical. Search behavior migrated toward AI answers, while ad platforms rushed to capture the intent emerging inside chat interfaces. That combination matters because it means marketers can no longer treat AI as a side experiment. AI is now shaping where attention forms, how ads are produced, how campaigns are optimized, and how brands are discovered. June made that reality impossible to ignore. One of the clearest June signals came from OpenAI opening ChatGPT advertising to any U.S. business through a self-serve ads manager with no minimum spend. That matters because it lowers the barriers from experimental pilot to everyday channel testing. The platform now sits on billions of daily prompts, giving it something most ad products would love to own: direct commercial intent expressed in natural language. But this is not just search ads in a chat box. Targeting is contextual, measurement is more constrained, and marketers do not get the same user-level visibility they expect elsewhere. The opportunity is real, but success will depend on relevance, offer clarity, and strong conversion instrumentation. Another major June headline was Meta overtaking Google in projected 2026 global ad revenue, roughly 2 decades after Google became the dominant digital advertising machine. The raw numbers matter, but the momentum matters more. Meta's growth is being powered by AI automation, Reels, Advantage Plus, and expanding monetization across newer surfaces like WhatsApp and Threads. For marketers, the lesson is not that Google stops mattering. It is that discovery and persuasion are fragmenting. Budgets built around old assumptions about where demand is captured now need to be re-examined. If your media mix still assumes search is the automatic center of gravity, June offered a strong reason to revisit that allocation. June also reinforced a deeper distribution shift. Being ranked is no longer the same as being referenced. Research highlighted that top Google rankings now translate into a much smaller share of AI answer citations than they did a year earlier. In parallel, generative engine optimization, or GEO, is emerging as a core discipline. Marketers are learning that language models favor content that is well-structured, statistically grounded, and repeated consistently across trusted sources. In other words, authority now has to travel across the web in a machine-readable way. The brands that win in AI search will not just publish more content, they will publish clearer, better supported content that AI systems feel confident summarizing. If there was one cautionary signal across June, it was the widening gap between AI investment and AI accountability. One study found that 90% of organizations increased AI marketing spend over the past 2 years, but only 12% could clearly prove business impact. Many teams cannot even calculate total AI spend once training, implementation, workflow changes, and vendor overlap are included. That is a serious problem because leadership expectations are rising at the same time. The next stage of advantage in AI marketing will not belong to the teams with the most tools. It will belong to the teams that can connect AI usage to revenue, retention, cost savings, and speed in a way finance and executive teams actually trust. June brought strong evidence that generative AI is no longer confined to experimental creative labs. Large brands are now using AI to reduce video production costs substantially, and industry data suggests AI-generated video ad usage could nearly double by 2026. Smaller advertisers in particular are leaning in because they need output variation and speed more than they need legacy production cycles. But the smartest takeaway is not simply to make more assets. It is to use AI to collapse time and cost, then redeploy that savings into testing stronger hooks, sharper positioning, and better storytelling. Efficiency can flood the market with mediocre creative. The winning move is using efficiency to buy more strategic quality. At the same time, June made it clear that audiences are not blindly embracing AI-generated creative. Consumer research showed that 70% of people feel AI ads are missing their soul, and a large majority would still rather see human-made ads even when AI can produce polished outputs. That tension is critical. Marketers love the speed of AI, but customers still evaluate meaning, taste, credibility, and emotional truth. This is why human judgment remains central. AI can draft, remix, localize, and personalize at scale, but it still needs a brand voice worth amplifying. The brands that win will use AI to increase relevance and throughput, while protecting the creative instinct that makes a message feel genuinely human. A Gartner survey added another layer to that story. CMOs are now allocating a meaningful share of budget to AI, but only a minority of organizations are truly ready to scale what they are buying. The difference between AI leaders and AI laggards is not enthusiasm. It is process maturity, data quality, governance, and operating discipline. Organizations with stronger AI readiness are putting more money into AI and getting more leverage out of the rest of their marketing budget. For operators, that means the hard work is no longer just vendor selection. It is building the internal systems that let teams move from scattered pilots to repeatable capability. June showed that buying access to AI is easy. Building organizational readiness is still the real moat. Agentic AI also moved forward in June, especially in lifecycle and messaging platforms. Attentive outline systems that can orchestrate campaign creation, forecasting, and reporting using customer signals in much more autonomous ways. That matters because consumer fatigue is rising and message quality is increasingly tied to timing, personalization, and channel fit. Inboxes and text channels are unforgiving when relevance drops. Agentic systems promise to help marketers react faster, coordinate more variables, and reduce manual workflow drag. But the strategic value is not autonomy for its own sake. It is better customer communication with less waste. If agentic AI can deliver more relevant outreach while reducing fatigue-driven unsubscribes, it becomes a revenue lever rather than a novelty. One of the most strategically important June launches was HubSpot's push into answer engine optimization, or AEO. That move responds to a simple reality. Users are increasingly asking AI systems for recommendations instead of clicking through 10 blue links. Some businesses are already seeing meaningful declines in traditional organic traffic, while AI referral traffic is becoming a more important growth source. AEO reframes optimization around how a model perceives and describes your brand. That means presence, sentiment, clarity, source consistency, and factual depth all matter. For marketers, this is a major mindset shift. You are no longer only trying to rank first, you are trying to become the source and AI trusts enough to quote. By mid-June, the ChatGPT advertising story got even stronger. OpenAI rolled out conversion-focused campaigns with tracking pixels, a server-side conversions API, outcome-based bidding, and tighter controls. Then reportedly crossed $100 million in annualized ad revenue within 6 weeks. That pace is remarkable. It suggests conversational interfaces can move from curiosity to performance channel far faster than many marketers expected. Early data pointing to strong conversion rates should make paid acquisition teams pay attention. The broader lesson is that intent is migrating into AI products and ad dollars will follow. Marketers that learn how to match offers to conversational context early may gain an advantage that gets harder to reclaim once the channel becomes crowded. June data also suggested that the entire advertising market is reorganizing around AI, not just a few early adopters. Industry forecasts pointed to healthy overall ad spend growth, with strong momentum in social, connected television, and commerce media. At the same time, most of the top focus areas for buyers now have AI at the center, from planning and optimization to content production and measurement. Another striking signal was how many marketers are already optimizing specifically for AI-generated answers. That is a profound change in behavior. It means AI is no longer a tool added at the edge of the funnel. It is increasingly becoming the system through which marketers plan, activate, distribute, and learn. June ended with another reminder that channel economics are changing underneath campaign strategy. Programmatic ad prices jumped sharply overall, especially on mobile, even as some formats like connected TV became cheaper because inventory supply expanded faster than demand. That kind of divergence punishes lazy allocation. When prices rise and attribution becomes noisier, clean first-party data, targeting discipline, and format-level decision-making become more valuable. It is not enough to say your brand is using AI in media buying. You need AI paired with sharper economic judgment. The most resilient teams will be the ones that understand where AI improves efficiency, where it improves effectiveness, and where it simply helps them overpay faster. The biggest June takeaway is that AI-driven marketing is moving from tool adoption to market restructuring. Discovery is changing, creative economics are changing, paid acquisition is changing, measurement is changing, and customer expectations are changing too. The winners will not be the teams that chase every new feature. They will be the ones that understand how these changes connect, how answer engines reshape content, how automation reshapes media buying, how creative speed reshapes competition, and how trust still determines whether a message lands. If you want to build advantage in the second half of the year, June offered a clear playbook. Move faster with AI, measure harder, and stay more human where it matters most.